Welcome to our KCSE Mathematics Revision channel. Teacher James Marita. Today we are looking at differentiation, and we look at the past KCSE question 2013. So in KCSE 2013, there was a question of 10 marks in section P, paper 1. The displacement S meters of a moving particle from a point O after t seconds is given by. So the displacement S meters of a moving particle from a point O after t seconds is given by t raised to power 3 minus 5t squared plus 3t plus 10. From this one here, we are supposed to find the distance when the value of t is equivalent to 2 seconds. We are supposed to get the velocity of the particle when the value of t is equivalent to be 5 seconds, and then finally we have the value of t when the particle is momentarily at rest. Then part C, we are supposed to calculate the time when the velocity of the particle, is minimum. In this differentiation, you need to understand the three things. We have displacement, which is the same as the distance. We have velocity, then we have the acceleration. To get the acceleration, to get the velocity, you have to differentiate the displacement, expression of displacement. To get the acceleration of the particle, you have to differentiate velocity. So understand that one. To get the velocity, you differentiate the displacement. To get the acceleration, you differentiate the velocity. So we have been given here that the value of s, which is our displacement, is equivalent to s is equals to t raised to power 3 minus 5t squared plus 3t plus 10. When the value of t is equivalent to 2, what is the value of s? That is what it means. When the value of t is equivalent to 2, what is the value of s? So the value of s when it is equivalent to 2 is equals to t. Where there is t, we replace by 2. So we have 2 like that. This one is raised to power 3 minus 5. The value of t is 2, which is squared, plus 3. The value of t is 2. Then you subtract 10. You use a calculator. Then when the value of t is equals to 2 seconds, you get that the value of s is equals to p4 meters. Determine the velocity of the particle when the value of this is equivalent to 5. In this case, don't just substitute here. Don't just substitute 5 where there is t. No. First of all, you need to differentiate that displacement to get our velocity. So our velocity first here. So we have our velocity here is equals to t. 3 times 1 is giving us 3t. Then we have 3 minus 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. So we have 3t squared minus 5 times 2. We get this one as 10. Then we have t minus 1, it remains like that, plus 1 times 3 is giving us 3. Then we have 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. And any number raised to power 0 is equivalent to 1. So that one is remains like that. We have 10 as a constant. The derivative of a constant number is equivalent to 0. So this is our velocity now. From here now, we substitute when the value of t is equivalent. When the value of t is equivalent to 5. What is that, the velocity? So we can substitute here. Velocity is equals to t. The value of t now is equivalent to 5. So we have t3. Then we have this is 5, which is squared, minus 10. Then we have this is 5. Then we plus 3 there. So you get that the value of that velocity is equivalent to t. This is 28 meters per second. So the value of the velocity when the value of t is equivalent to 5 and you get the velocity after differentiating s, the displacement. That one will give us 28 meters per second square. So we are supposed also to get the value of t when the particle is momentarily at rest. What do you need to understand here? At the point of rest, or the point of maximum, or the point of minimum, the velocity is equivalent to 0. So the value of the velocity is equivalent to 0. From our P Roman 1, we have our velocity here, which is equivalent to 3t squared minus 10t plus 3. So to say this one here, the velocity at the point of rest, this one here, v is equals to 0. So from here, 3t squared minus 10t plus 3, this one is giving us, that one will give us 0. So at this point, you need to use three formulas to get the value of t. You can use a completing square method to get the value of t. You can use the PSF formula, that is the product sum and factor formula, or you can use the quadratic. Use the quadratic formula. So if we can use our quadratic formula, is that t is equals to minus p plus or minus, then we have a square root. This one here is p squared minus 4ac, then you divide by 2a. So from here, the value of a is equals to p3, this 3 here. The value of p is equals to p negative 10, and then the value of c is equivalent to p is equivalent to 3. So you can substitute there by saying that t now is equals to p. Since this one here is a negative, the value of p is a negative, and this one a negative. Negative and a negative is equivalent to a positive value. So this one is giving us 10, then plus or minus a square root. Negative 10 squared is giving us 100 minus 4 times a is 4. The value of a is 3 times 3 here, and then the value of c, the value of c times 3. Then we divide it by 2 times a. It is 2 times 3. So you can substitute there, and then you get that the value of t either is equivalent to t3 seconds. You get either the value of t is equivalent to t3 seconds, or you can get that t is equivalent to t at seconds. Just use your calculator and correct substitution, you will get that one. The value of t is equivalent to that, and then the value of t is equivalent to that. You can either use a completing square method, it will give you the same value, or you use the product sum factor formula, which can also give you that. Then but we are supposed to find the time when the velocity of the particle is maximum. What do you need to understand here? When the velocity of the particle is maximum, the acceleration is equal to 0. When the velocity of the particle is maximum, the velocity of the particle is equivalent to 0. Understand that one. So we understand from here at maximum, at maximum velocity, acceleration is equal to 0. So what do we do from here? To get our acceleration a is equal to, we have to differentiate this one. So our velocity is 3t squared minus 10t plus 3. So if we differentiate this one, it will give us the acceleration. So we take 3 times 2, so we have 6. Then we have this is t minus 10, like that. That is our acceleration. So at this point, the time when the velocity of the particle is maximum, the velocity is equivalent to 0. So here we just say this velocity a is equivalent to 0. So 6t minus 10, this one is equivalent to 0. So if we take 10 to the other side, we have 6t is equal to p. This is a negative number. When it crosses the equal sign, it changes the sign. So we have that one as 10. To get the value of t, you divide it by 6. You divide it by 6. Then t is equals to be 10 all over 3 all over 6. If you can simplify further, you can say that the value of t is equals to be 5 all over 3. So we have this is 5, 2 to 5, and then we have this is 5, then all over 3, 5 all over 3 seconds. That is the value of t when the velocity of the particle is at maximum. So the question was very simple. It's normally set in part section P, and in most cases in paper 1 it carries 10 marks. So you understand how to differentiate the displacement to get the velocity. To differentiate velocity, you get the acceleration. You understand that the velocity of the particle at the point of maximum, the point of minimum, at the point of rest is equivalent to 0. And then we have, when the velocity of the particle is at maximum point, the acceleration of the particle is equivalent to 0. Follow my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, watch, and share.